Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you all will be doing fantabulous fantastic. So dear learner, in this lecture we shall be covering about the Kaveri river, and definitely this lecture is going to be very important for you all, because if you are preparing for any sort of exam, if you are doing preparation for any sort of competitive exam, so must keep one thing in your mind: this lecture is going to add something in your preparation, and definitely you are going to make your preparation strengthen, and then definitely it is going to help you in your competitive exam. So as we have covered approximately three main rivers of east flowing river, which are known as east flowing river under peninsular river, because generally we have mostly two types of river. One is Himalayan river, and another type or another system is peninsular system, and we are now studying about the peninsular river system. And in peninsular we have two types of system: one is east flowing rivers and second one is west flowing rivers. So firstly we all have started east flowing rivers, and firstly we had discussed about the Narmada river, then after we had covered Mahanadi river, after that in previous lecture we had covered Krishna river, and I hope that lecture was also beneficial for you and you have got great things to learn from that lecture. And I have seen many of your comments there, and definitely your comments motivate me every time. And definitely I would like to just I would like to request you one thing, because if you just give your feedback in every lecture, then definitely your feedback allows me to just do hard work more and more, so that you will be getting the great content, authentic content for your preparation, which is generally which you get from paid course, but there is no any sort of payment process or paid course. You will get everything free from here, and I hope you are taking the benefits from these small lectures, because these are not a big lectures, short lectures, but if you just see the benefit of these lectures, so the lectures these lectures are going to be very fruitful if you are attending them with a definitely with a just like the magnanimity, which a generosity for your genuine way. So definitely these are going to be helpful for you. So as I stated in the beginning of today's lecture, we are going to cover Kaveri river, and in this lecture we will cover the important tributaries of Kaveri river, and what is the length of Kaveri river from origin to outfall of this river in Bay of Bengal, from where the Kaveri river gets originated, or means we can say that from where the Kaveri river originates, and then definitely how in which sort of delta the Kaveri river forms. So each and everything we are going to discuss in this small lecture. So firstly let me just introduce the map with you all, so that you will be getting the important things to learn from this map. So this is Tala Kaveri, and if you want to know about from where the Kaveri originates, so you will get the place from where that place will be in Karnataka state, and then definitely you will see many tributaries which form the important basin of Kaveri river. And you have also got many somewhere and many in many places the spelling of Kaveri starts from the K, but now the spelling has been changed completely, Cauver Kaveri. So what is the total length of Kaveri river from where it gets originated? And definitely we will be looking after we will be looking forward with the important tributaries, and how long one tributaries takes time to just meet in a Kaveri river. So these all important things we are going to cover in this lecture. Then after you will be seeing this is the important Kaveri river, some important tributaries get merged in this river, and definitely it creates great basin of Kaveri river. And after having crossed in 2 and 3 states, then definitely it will get outfalled in Thanjavur. This is the place, it also comes under interlinking project of India. If you have got if you have come to know about the Sagarmala project, so in Sagarmala project you will come to know about these all important coastal areas, cities or places, or you can say that ports, where you will be getting the important projects construction that is still going on there, because this project will be making all coastal area of India in a very fantabulous way, in a very magnificent way, so that these areas will be this area will get updated in a modern terms, in a modern systematically way, so that this will be the great hub for our Indian nation, because we have a maximum coastal area approximately, if somebody will ask you in which state we have large coastal area, that is Gujarat. So you must have to keep that information in your mind. If we look deeply in a Kaveri basin, so you will find this sort of map of Kaveri basin, where you will be getting the main important tributaries. If I discuss here, if I just talk the name of Himavati Dam, this is the important dam. Then after we are going to have a Lakshman Tirtha, Kabani, Surva Navati, Metur Dam, Akravati, Krishna Nagar Sagar Dam. These sort of tributaries which takes or which just allows some important construction of dam, hydroelectric power, you can say that. And then after Bhavani tributaries you will get there. This is also known as the Bhavani Sagar, if you are just able to see the screen properly. So if you will gaze, then definitely you will come to know about the Bhavani Sagar in a Bhavani tributary of Kaveri river. Then it is also an important tributary of Kaveri river which is known as Novel. So this is nearest of Coimbatore. And then after Amaravati you will get you will get in this Kaveri basin. Then after Kaveri will get outfall in the Bay of Bengal, where you will be getting the important delta formation. So now we will be looking the important points related to Kaveri, how we need to understand what is important for us as a competitive examination perspective. So these all points we are going to cover in this short video of Kaveri river. So this is Kaveri river. I hope you all are okay with my today's language, because I have suddenly changed my language in English, so that I hope you will be getting, because I am not using tough and difficult vocab, so that it will not create little bit not any sort of confusion or issue for you. I hope you are able to get my points in very simplest way. If we talk about the Kaveri river, it is designated as the Dakshin Ganga. So this is very important point to know, and you must have to keep that important point in your notes as well as in your mind if you are preparing for any sort of competitive exam. Because under geography, and when you are looking forward with an important rivers of India, and mostly whenever we talk about the east flowing river of India, at that time you must have to know the Kaveri is the designated, from where it gets designated from the Dakshin Ganga, or it is also known as the Ganga of the South. So these are two important point names which you must have to keep in your mind. If we talk about the Kaveri river, from where it rises, from where it rises, so the point from where, the place from where, the location from where the Kaveri river rises, I am going to tell you, because this place names is nothing but Tala Kaveri. This is known as the Tala Kaveri on the Brahmagiri range. So as you all know that I have given you also the map of that physical map where I have already mentioned you that important range. So we will look forward with the Brahmagiri range, and near Cherangala village of Kodaku, which is also known as Korak district of Karnataka. So this is very important point. You can mention it as a star point of this lecture, because this is very important and frequently asked question in competitive exam. So you are getting here from the very important point, because the Kaveri river rises from Tala Kaveri at an elevation of 1341 meter from mean sea level, and the range from where the Kaveri river rises, it is known as the Brahmagiri range, and it is also located, it comes under Cherangala village of Kodaku, which is also known as Korak district of Karnataka. If we want to know about the total course or total length of the Kaveri river, so you will come to know about the total length of Kaveri river from origin to outfall. That is important question and important point which you must have to keep in your mind. Because if you want to know about the total, what is the total length of Kaveri river, if there will be giving the option of 700 kilometer, 900 kilometer, 1400 kilometer and 800 kilometer, so you must have to just take 800 kilometer. Because if you want to know about the total course length of river Kaveri, so that is 800 kilometer from origin to outfall. If you talk about the Kaveri basin, it extends over states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and some important places of Union Territory of Puducherry. So you will be getting the important places from where the Kaveri basin extends. So these states are Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and important Union Territory, that is Puducherry, with having drainage area of 81,000 square kilometer. So that is also a star point of this lecture for you. If we talk about the foundation of ghats, So it is bounded by the Western Ghats on the west. If we talk about the which sort of ghat comes in the western side of Kaveri river, so that is Western Ghat. If you want to know about the ghat of eastern, so Eastern Ghat comes in the east, and in south side, that is that comes, there come a one ridge separating it from Krishna basin and Pennar basin. Pennar is nothing but it is the name of one important river which we are going to discuss in the upcoming lecture. So it comes in north side of that Kaveri river. So these are the important points. I hope you all know very well the Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, and if you talk about the important basin of Krishna basin, because in previous lecture I had covered the Krishna basin or the Krishna important points related to Krishna river. So let's move forward with the important some more important points. If we talk about the Nilgiri hills, so the Nilgiri and offshore of Western Ghats extend eastwards the Eastern Ghats and divide the basin into natural and political regions. So what is the importance of Nilgiri hills here? Because the Nilgiri hills which is located in the Western Ghat, it extends eastward to Western Ghat. If you talk about the Nilgiri hills, so Nilgiri hills extends from eastwards to Eastern Ghats, which divides the important basin of Kaveri into two natural and one political regions. So Karnataka plateau in the north and the Tamil Nadu plateau in the south, which is which get bifurcated from the Nilgiris important which is the Nilgiri hill, which is also known as the Nilgiri hill. It is an offshore of Western Ghat. It extends, or it gets it divides the two important basin. One is the Karnataka plateau, which is known as the Karnataka plateau, and another which is in north, Karnataka plateau in the north. And if you talk about the Tamil Nadu plateau, it comes in the south direction, in the south side. And if you talk about the physiographically, the basin can be divided into three parts. If you want to know about the Kaveri basin, the basic, according to physiographically, the basin can be divided into three parts. One is the Western Ghat, second one is the plateau, which we have already studied, Karnataka plateau and the Tamil Nadu plateau, and the plateau of Mysore and the delta. The plateau of Mysore and the delta, these are the important three parts under which the basin of Kaveri gets divided into three parts. The delta, if you talk about the delta of the Kaveri river, so the delta of Kaveri are very fertile. It is known as the most fertile tract in this basin, because the principal soils found in this basin are black soil, and you all know that black soil, red soil, laterites, alluvial soil, forest soil, and mixed soil, these all soils are very important for growing of crops, because these are known as the fertile soil. Red soil occupy large area in the basin. If we talk about the soil which covers the maximum area in this basin, that is red soil. Alluvial soil are found in the delta areas. And if you want to know about from where the alluvial soil get formed, or alluvial soil formed, so in delta area you will find the alluvial soil in the Kaveri basin, the delta of Kaveri basin. So Kaveri basin is very important if you want to know about this important basin, because this basin receives rainfall mainly from the southwest monsoon, which means the monsoon comes from the south and gets towards the western side. So the basin Karnataka, the basin Kaveri, if we talk about the particular region of Karnataka, in Karnataka the basin Kaveri receives mostly rain from the southwest direction, or it is also known as the southwest monsoon, and partially from, sometimes it's very rare chances when the basin in Karnataka receives the monsoon from northeastern side. So the basin in Tamil Nadu receive good flows from the northeast monsoon. And if you talk about the Karnataka receives maximum rainfall from the southwest monsoon. But if you talk about the Tamil Nadu, the basin in Tamil Nadu receives good flows from the northeast monsoon. And if we talk about its upper catchment area, so the upper catchment area of Kaveri basin receives rainfall during summer by the southwest monsoon, and lower catchment area during winter season by the retreating northeast monsoon. So in lower catchment area, the rainfall comes from the northeast direction, but when we talk about the upper catchment area of the Kaveri basin, the rain comes from the southwest monsoon. It is therefore almost a perennial river, because if you talk about the east flowing rivers or the western in southern river, peninsular river, you will find one common term, that is these all rivers are non perennial river. But if you talk about Kaveri river, it is almost a perennial river with comparative less fluctuations in flow. You will not get too much fluctuation, you will not get see too much fluctuation in the Kaveri river. So in Kaveri river you will get comparative less fluctuations in flow, and very useful for irrigation and hydroelectric power generation. In upcoming slides we will be talking about the important project which is going on Kaveri river, and some are there important hydroelectric projects, some comes under the interlinking project, and some come under the Sagar Mala project of India. So now it's time to know about the Balaghat range. So let me define you the Balaghat range. So this is the Balaghat range, and you will come to know the Nilgiri hills. You will come to know the Nilgiri hills. So Nilgiri hill comes here, and from in Karnataka, if you talk about it, comes in the Western Ghats from Karnataka. It gets originated from Karnataka, and then definitely after some course it will get immersed, it will get outfalled into Bay of Bengal. So that is the important point which you must know. If somebody will ask you Nilgiri hills comes in which ghat, so you will have to give the answer Western Ghat. So now it's time to know some most important points of the Kaveri river. If you talk about the Kaveri river, I stated earlier, it is the one of the best regulated rivers. Approximately 90 to 95% of its water comes in the usage of irrigation or in the power production potential. And if you talk about the river drains into the Bay of Bengal, the major part of basin is covered with agriculture land. I have given you the most important terms, that is basin, and I made you understand in the previous lecture also how one basin creates. So there are the combination of many streams, lakes and river which is included, which just outflows into the one important main river, that is, if we talk about the Kaveri basin. So Kaveri has already many important tributaries. We are going to have a wonderful name from the important tributaries of the Kaveri basin. So mostly the Kaveri basins helps in agriculture work, and as well as in the agriculture irrigation purpose. So it is an accounting to 66.21% of the total area. This is the most important and frequently asked in competitive exam. It is the third largest river after Godavari and Krishna in South India. If somewhere you will be getting the question, name the third largest river in South India. So at that time you will be getting, and you don't need to get confused that time, because you have already studied about that third largest river in South India, that is your Kaveri river. So Kaveri is the largest river in the state of Tamil Nadu. This is also an important question. If somebody will be asking you, or if from somewhere in some exams, if you will find this sort of question, which is the largest river in the state of Tamil Nadu, at that time you have answer Kaveri is the largest river in the state of Tamil Nadu. So now it's time to know about the important tributaries of Kaveri river. So dear learner, there is important tributaries which comes under Kaveri basin. So if you talk about the left bank tributaries of Kaveri, so you will find Harangi and Hemavati, Shimsha and the Akravati. These all are the important tributaries which joins the Kaveri river from the left side. If we talk about the right bank rivers or right bank tributaries of Kaveri river, you will find Lakshman Tirtha, Kabbani, Suvaranvati and the Bhavani, the Novil and the Amravati joins from the right side of the Kaveri river. So the river descends from south of Karnataka plateau to Tamil Nadu plain through the Siva Samundram waterfall, which is very important waterfall in Tamil Nadu in Karnataka. It is in Tamil Nadu, but if you want to know about the Karnataka plateau, that is comes in the Karnataka state. So if we talk about the height of Siva Samundram waterfall, so the height of Siva Samundram waterfall is 101 meter. So at Siva Samundram, what you will get there? You will get some important branches of the Kaveri river. The Kaveri river gets divided into two parts, two falls. After this fall, it gets divided into two parts through a height of 91 meter in a series of fall and rapids. So you will get two important falls, two important branches of Kaveri river at Shivan Samundram. because there are, you will get 101 meter fall, and next one fall you will get 91 meter fall. The two branches of the river join after the fall and flow through a wide gorge which is known as Mekadatu, which is known as what? Mekadatu. Then it is this question has asked in the previous year of JKPSC. The two branches of river join after the fall. What one fall is the Karnataka Plateau and Tamil Nadu plains through the Sivasmundram. In Sivasmundram, at Sivasmundram, you will get two branches of this important rivers with having height of 101 meter, and next fall with having height of 91 meter. These all important, just these are not important if we talk about the Kaveri basin. So definitely it plays some important role in the Kaveri basin. But if you want to know about this important two falls, what is the usage of two important falls? So two parts, these two important falls makes, just get combined, and then definitely it is, it joins two important tributaries, which is also known as the Mekadatu, also known as the Goat's Leap, and continue its journey from the boundary between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu state for a distance of 64 km. It means these two rivers get combined at, Shiva Samundram place. Then after it makes, one course of 64 km with together. Then after it will get separated, because at Hongankal Falls, this is important fall also, it takes south direction and enters the Mathur Reservoir. If we talk about the tributary called Bhavani, the Bhavani tributary joins Kaveri on the right bank about 45 kilometers below Mathur Reservoir. Thereafter it enters the plains of Tamil Nadu. Having joined with the Kaveri in the right bank side of, Kaveri, so it comes below the Mathur Reservoir. Then after, the Kaveri river enters into the plains of Tamil Nadu. Two main important tributaries, one is Novil and second one is the Amravati, join the right bank and side of the right bank, and here the river widens. It means the Kaveri rivers get widened here with a sandy bed, because you will find many sandy bed there which decrease the speed of water there. Sandy bed and flows as Akhnanda Kaveri. What is the name of Kaveri there? It will be known as Akhananda Kaveri there. So immediately after crossing Tiruchirappalli, this is important district in Karnataka district, Tiruchirappalli district, the river divides into two parts. So at Tiruchirappalli district, when river cross Tiruchirappalli district, then after river gets divided into two parts. One is the northern branch and second one is northern branch is called as the Kolaran, and southern branch remains Kaveri from here. So which form the Kaveri delta. So from that point of northern branch, and we talk about the southern branch, the Kaveri delta begins to form. So if we talk about the important points, some more important points of Kaveri river, after flowing for about 16 km, the two branches join again to form Srirangam Island. What name the island which is formed in Kaveri basin? That is Srirangam Island. On the Kaveri branch lies the Grand Anicut. Kaveri branch lies the Grand Anicut, said to have been constructed by Chola king in 1st century AD. This is the important point. You can also mark it as a star point of this lecture, because Kaveri branch, where the Kaveri branch lies, so Kaveri branch lies in the Grand Anicut, which has been constructed by the Cholukyas, which is also known as the Chola kings, in 1st century AD. Below the Grand Anicut, the Kaveri branch splits into Kaveri and Venar. So if you want to know about the Grand Anicut, so in Grand Anicut, below the Grand Anicut, you will find the Kaveri branch splits into two important tributaries or important rivers. One is known as the Kaveri and second one will be known as Venar. These branches subdivide into small branches and form a network all over the delta. So these two branches form the delta from the network in the portion of Kaveri delta. So now it's time to know about the projects on Kaveri river. So during the pre-plan period, many projects you have got to see there. So most of them were completed in this basin, and which included Krishna Rajasagar in Karnataka, Mettur Dam, and Kaveri Delta system in Tamil Nadu. And if we talk about the lower uphills, that is the lower Bhavani, Himavati, Haranangi, Kabini are important projects completed during the plan period. Now it's time to know about the industrial area in Kaveri Basin or Kaveri River. The city of Bangalore is situated just outside this basin. If you want to know about the city of Bangalore, there may be, the question may be asked from this portion, and because the expected question may be asked from this point, the Bangalore city is situated just outside which basin. So at that time you can give answer in Kaveri Basin. So important industry in the basin include cotton textile, you will find there, which is in Coimbatore. Then after in Mysore you will find cotton textile industries. If you want to know about the cement factories area where the cement get manufactured, cement factories in Coimbatore and Tiruchirappalli district of Karnataka, which is also known for the industrial based on minerals and metals. If you want to talk about the Salim steel plant and many engineering industries, you will find in Coimbatore and Tiruchirappalli district are also situated in this basin. So it also comes in the important basin of Kaveri. So these are the important industries which comes under Kaveri Basin. So these are the important lectures for today. I hope you have got good points to learn from this lecture. And how was the lecture? I hope it was really easy for you and you have got all points what I have tried to make you understand. So these were the important lectures. We have covered 4 important lectures on the 4 important rivers. In next lecture we shall be bringing the important points on the important river. So till then, thank you very much, and if you have visited first time in this channel of Bright Avishkar, kindly subscribe this channel. And if you found this lecture as a useful for you, so don't delay to just share with others. Try to share with someone else. Try to share with the important and the needy aspirants which have huge need of these sort of lectures. So, and if you haven't, press the bell icon, must press the bell icon, so that you will be getting the important notification from Bright Avishkar. Thank you very much. Have a good one ahead.